This is just like a pre-final, kind of like just a walkthrough dealing to discuss like some big items that I still see needs to be done at Rustic. This is by no means a complete list of what needs to be done here. This is just, hey, these are big items, people need to be over here working on them kind of thing. So starting right here at the front of the house, obviously we got a lot of landscaping we got to get done. We got a lot of pine straw. It's looking better, but we got lots of pine straw we need to put in. I don't know how much we got on there for the scope, I mean in the budget or scope for it, but we definitely gonna need a lot right here down the right side after we clean up all the little bricks and stuff out there, and a lot right here across the front beds on the front of the house. Overall it's looking good. The shutters look a lot better now that we've put gaps in them and stuff. The porch posts look better. Probably still do a little bit of work on them as far as all the hammer marks and stuff around them, but the metal I'm talking about is the fascia metal, or on this right here, this is for the beams. See it right there, runs under there, runs across that side, and right here. So all this metal needs to be replaced. That's on the scope. So you can see how it's got big gaps all in it. Need to replace all that. Front door's gonna need a little bit more work on the stain, but it's getting better. Probably need to sand that a little bit there and around that knob and try to make it where it looks more like the same colors, like they was putting some wood filling work or something right here. We need to kind of make it where it's more consistent, but overall it's looking good. So all right, so we'll walk on around the outside here. Oh yeah, and the gutter downspouts, they need to be completed right here too, put up against the post. Some of them's right there, so we can put them back, and I think we just need to add to the bottom of them or something. So gutter downspout there, one goes over here. Shutters look good. Lots of pine straw, like I was saying, there in the front bed. Try to fill this little hole in. They try to fill that in a little bit too. It's kind of a big hole, but need a pine straw right here and pine straw across there. Probably wouldn't hurt to put some pine straw around this tree right here too. It just look good. And weed eat around that big oak tree. Pine straw, all that crap out of that. And those front beds, that bed on the left side of the driveway right there, put pine straw around it. Pine straw right down through here, a lot of pine straw through here. Moving around to the back. These buildings turned out pretty good for what they're worth. We need to paint this wood though, right here next to this window. Need to paint that. We need to just remove stuff like that. We need to remove that wire dangling and stuff, and make sure we make this white, cover this white real good. It needs to be real clean looking. Maybe even caulk that gap right there and stuff, just so it looks real good and clean looking. Back around here is just, of course, trash. It's got to be removed and stuff. I don't know if they've done it. I don't like they've done they haven't done the exterior painting yet, but they need to paint the windows. I don't know, maybe they put one coat on there, but it looks kind of, it could still use some more paint, as you can see, like right there. Need to weed eat in these beds, put lots of pine straw. Same thing here, lots of pine straw and weed eat. Need to just cut the grass in general around here. Make sure you leave these fig trees and stuff alone. Just leave that. Again, just need to clean up in here real good. Clean up all the stuff out of here after we get done with all the wood that we got to actually use on it. I would like to paint this that same brown color right here. That would be nice if we could just paint that, make it look more uniform looking. But yeah, just clean all the trash out of here and stuff. As a note to myself, as a change order, looks like we're gonna need to do something a little different up there. I don't know if something got removed up there or what, but it's damaged up there on both sides of that vent. See if I can zoom in on it a little bit. We need to put like some 1x4 trim around that or something and paint it. Let's walk in the house. Now here the smoke detector's going off. I think we got low batteries or something in here. It's getting pretty annoying though. About every 10 minutes, these damn smoke alarms going off. Usually you can come in this first bedroom right here and cut them off by pushing this one button. Usually it'll turn them all off. So, like I said, I'm gonna go over the big items. Like right here, what we talked about, and I kind of talked to one of the guys that was working here about this. We're gonna use these flat bricks that are flatter looking. Let's cover the whole concrete front part of the hearth and over, then I've got it traced out on the ground here, over to here, okay? Reason being is because when you get over there, you want the hearth to be past the side bricks on the side. So if you bring it over to like this line right here. And remember, these lines, these drawings are not level and they're not square. They are just a general area. So they start to, I mean, they probably know this, but they got to level it up and square it up. But you can see plain as day, mantle and brick. Mantle sticks over the brick right there, sticks over on that side, and the brick goes over that far. So basically going from here with the brick over to, what I would do is come back like a ½ inch here with the brick, if you can see that. And that way, after it's put up, you can fill this gap with mortar right here, because it's gonna stick out further right here because of sheetrock. I think we talked about putting some plywood, green plywood right here first, and letting it be set back like a ½ inch, then put the brick on top of it, and then fill in the crack right here with mortar. And of course, we got to put one of these little metal beams in here too for the top brick. And I want to go with the bottom bricks here, I want to go into the fireplace. So we'll cover the whole concrete here and the bottom of the fireplace with these 1-inch bricks. So they'll go all the way in there. And then we're gonna put that gas stove thing on top of them after we're all done. So yeah, that kind of explains that, but there's the other bricks over there. So you should have all the bricks that you need. You just need the green plywood to go up here, the mortar for the bricks, whatever strapping stuff he's gonna use, and this piece of metal beam, I-beam thing. You're gonna need to get that. Or they will. All right, so when they get the brick done, they can do the baseboard right here, get up to the brick, and the shoe mold. And we need to paint all the shoe mold in here. Lots of shoe mold painting to be done. Something that's not on your scope, you can't see it, but this vent hood is sitting in here kind of crooked. You might be able to see it. It's kind of like, instead of being straight like this, it's crooked like this a little bit. So at the ceiling, it needs to be spun around like that slightly. And after that's done, we need to put shoe mold up there to fill that gap up. Because the ceiling's kind of wavy and it's got like a gap. So just shoe mold all the way around it. We'll just paint it with the ceiling paint. And there's some stuff that needs to be done to this stove, little parts and pieces that need to be put on it, but it's right here. Literally, it needs to be put on the back of this stove right here. Tile looks good in here. Plumbing's good. It looks good for in there. Now this door, painted, but it needs to be put up. It's not put up yet. We're gonna do something with this floor. We're thinking about using some extra LVP I had at my house maybe. I need to talk to Sean about it and see. But we're gonna put probably new floor in here. They did a good job on the nook right here. That's done and ready. Won't be long once they get it good and cleaned up and finished. We can get Cooper up here to resurface that. Sean, we need to think about what's our end result with this cabinet. It's almost like we need to paint these cabinets again in here at a minimum. Definitely got to replace the hardware on them. That's got a P-trap and all. And there needs to be some kind of drain thought about for this sink, because that's just missing something, which is not good, because that was probably in there. It's probably been thrown away or something. So need to see if we can find some kind of drain that'll screw onto that. All right, so we're talking about more big items. Now, right here, want to do some kind of a transition where if we put new LVP, we could do some kind of wood transition that'll match this floor that just comes up like this and comes over the top of the LVP. I think that would be good for this. It would kill this big old high transition right here and get rid of this ugly edge. Same thing over here. Maybe we just get a piece of oak or something that will wrap around this. That'll come up and then go over and cover this edge up right here. And just let it come all the way across here. And on this, it's almost like it needs a piece of corner trim really on this. Or something. Some kind of corner trim or either small flat cabinet molding or something all the way down that. And again, lots of shoe molding here needs to be painted. Okay. And when they get done, we just need to get all this trash out of here too. There's so much stuff laying around everywhere in here that you can't see really what all needs to be done in here because it's just so much stuff laying in here. I still got some sheetrock work to do around the edge of this right here a little bit. The tile looks really good, but it looks good in here. It turned out good. I got to put the trim kit on the shower. Here's another example of some of this sheetrock right through here. Got to put this door back on. But yeah, that's pretty much it on that part, on the big ticket items here. And again, the AC was off when I got here. I would rather the guys keep the AC on. To me, it don't feel like it's really cooling that good. We need to know. So have your guys let me know if this AC has an issue with it. And tell them don't turn it off and just leave it off like that. It's burning up in here. I'll cut the range. Well, the range is off. Water heater, dryer. Well, that's probably one thing. I don't have one of the breakers on for the AC. Actually, almost like it kicked. So let me see if the AC starts coming on now. Well, we need to know if we got any electrical issues or any HVAC issues so I can get Willie back over here to fix them. We need to be wrapping, this house needs to be wrapping up mid next week. No exceptions, but we've got to get this done by Wednesday next week. We got to have this house going on the market next week, the end of next week. No reason why we shouldn't be done with that by then. But anyway, this video is getting super long. I'm going to get off here. This is good, give you a real good idea what needs to be done here though. And then also out there, we need to sweep and blow off and lightly clean all the asphalt out there too. I think that's on the scope. Yeah, it's 83 degrees in here right now. But yes, now the AC feels good. We need to get somebody to vacuum all these vents out too. And probably check the filter. I'm sure that the filter probably needs to be changed in this unit. Well, I don't know, it's under the house, but yeah, it still needs to be changed because they've probably been sucking dust in it. So have them check that. That's it on this one though.